G'day guys, welcome back. My name is Wildkard. Thank you for watching the Wildkard Rugby Show. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yes, Reds versus the Western Force for top of the ladder for the Reds. And yes, they've done it. The the Reds. Oh, I'm actually so proud of this performance by the Reds. Okay, this game, right? Both teams were kind of just going toe to toe and like grinding each other down. There was a lot of like energy, a lot of try scoring in the first half. And then that's just kind of like slowly grinding down to a halt in the second half. It was a bit rainy, so wet conditions all around. There was a bit of handling errors from both teams. In the second half, you can see like the fatigue is starting to build in, and then the rain is starting to wear on the players, and you're just wondering who's gonna do it. Who's gonna go for the first penalty goal of the match? Sure enough, it was the Western Force, and as a result of this penalty, I thought to myself, maybe they're going to lose this one. And sure enough, the Reds had opportunities to kick their own penalties. Following the Western Force taking their penalty, the Reds still backed themselves to go for the line. And pulled out a win, 28 points to 24. 4 tries, 4 converted tries, 100% goal kicking from both sides as well. I'm really, really happy that the Reds like grinded it out. Like they actually pushed through the pain barrier, pushed through the mental, toughness, and didn't take the soft option and went for the haymaker and got the result. I was really, really, really happy about this. Even if they lost this one, they went for the line out, they lost, I would still be happy because, hey, they tried, right? They stuck to the gun, stuck to the gameplay. No kicking penalty goals. Like Liner is like, almost 100% when it comes to goal kicking. One of the best goal kickers in Super Rugby this season. They could easily rely on him and build a game plan and kick 12 penalties every game and win a bunch of freebies. Just having everybody standing around. No, they want the team to work. They want to build fatigue. They backed themselves. They backed their scrums. They knew where their advantages were. It was brilliant. It was brilliant to watch for me. Outside of that, after the scrum regime was also really intriguing. Alex Hodgman was moved up to the starting position, and again, Reds were putting pressure on the Western Force scrum. Alex Hodgman got in the face of one of the number 8 a little bit. I was like, oh, it's on. And no fists being thrown. But what's his name? Crespingy. It's just, really, really good to see that players play with a lot of, a lot of heart and grit and a lot of spice out there. So that was really, really cool for me to watch as well. When it comes to attacking, I thought both teams were pretty similar. Going wide, try to suck defenders in and then going wide, and then eventually the tries were scored by pretty tight play with a lot of forwards. The rain was a bit of a factor here. And congratulations to the try scoring machine, Tizano, another 2 tries. He's sitting on 10. He could potentially break the try scoring record for Super Rugby of all time this season. And it's another 2 try for him. Both tries were line-out tries. The Reds line-out really struggled. And it was actually embarrassingly bad, the Reds line-outs. How many lines were they actually stolen? Like, there was absurd amount of line-outs. 9! Oh my god. I didn't think it was this many. I thought it was like 5 or 6. 9 out of 11. Oh my goodness. That was horrendous from the Reds line-out. And still playing to... I don't know, like, the Western Force has some pretty good locks. They really just challenged the lineouts, and the Reds were just not able to cope with it. Like, it became one of those things where once you started to miss 1 or 2 lineouts, like you're psychologically getting played by the lock, and then it gets worse and worse and worse. And just forced errors, stolen again and again and again by the Western Force. Despite that, I thought the Reds was able to back themselves for the win. They didn't just say, our lineouts isn't working, let's just go for the 3 points. And they backed themselves and found the results that we're looking for. That was really, really good. And that's what you want. You don't want a team just be like, let's take the easy way out. This is clearly not working, and start and get too scared to play rugby. Tate McDermott come off the bench tonight. I thought it was much more energetic than he did a couple rounds ago now. And yeah, good to see he was really energetic, scored a try as well. And that's what we want, right? You want the halfback to get in there, spotting up opportunities and go for it instead of, a couple rounds ago where he was just like pointing and looking and walking around, not really mentally checked into the game. So this was really, really good for McDermott and crucial for the Wallabies, for the Reds to win this game. Let's have a look at match stats. 4 tries to 3 for the Reds. 309 run meters to 377. And 11 turnovers conceded against the Reds. 15 against the Western Force. A little bit better at the breakdowns. The Reds actually swapped out some of their 4-pack as well. So yeah, really well done for the teams to kind of step up to the plate. A lot of the players coming on to still deliver the results that all the fans came in to see. 114 tackles made, 21 missed tackles. Really well done there. 93 tackles made for the Western Force, 14 missed tackles. 24 kicks in play for the Reds, 28 for the Western Force. 100% goal kicking. 732 kick meters from the Reds, 845 for the Western Force. Both teams managed this kicking game quite well considering the rain. And then we've got 2 ruck slots for the Reds, 4 for the Western Force. Like I said, 9 lineouts, 11. I think the future Wallabies head coach Les Kiss will be not happy about this on Monday reviewing the tapes. 11 lineouts lost for the Western Force. 11. Probably wouldn't have to wait for Monday for Les Kiss to have a go at this. You'll probably be ringing people up over the weekend and having a chat about what happened. 8 scrums for the Reds, 5 for the Western Force. I thought the Reds had a bit of dominance there. Really good to see there. And just despite despite the dominance, they backed themselves on their scrum as well once they had those penalties and didn't just kick 3 points whenever it's available. 10 penalties conceded for the Reds, 10 penalties for the Western Force. There's 2 yellow cards conceded against the Reds, both of just like repeated penalties after warning. I think there was one. There was one repeated penalty. There was one lifting tackle. So 1 dangerous tackle, 1 for repeated penalties. Again, need to improve a little bit, and this was something else for the Reds to work on. I think, both can be worked on. I think the lineout is probably the most concerning part, and the Reds will have to work. I mean, they don't have the traditional lineout operators, so the rhythm is a little bit off, I guess. You don't have Harry Wilson here, but yeah, it is the rhythm might be just a little bit off, but it's not like a lotto. It's a traditional setup. I don't know. Maybe you've got I don't know. The lineouts just wasn't working for the Reds overall. But so let's have a look at a quick recap of the points summary. So we've got 5 minutes into the game. The Reds gets their first try on the board. Got a penalty, 1 for the line out. Just lots of crash board, pick and drive, and then Filipe Daugunu was the one sneaking into the 4-pack and got the crash over for himself for the try. 7 points to 0. 7 minutes into the game, the Western Force strikes back right away. Nice little heartbreak by the number 8. Chris Springy, whatever you say his name. He popped the ball off the ground to Robinson, the big prop. He ran down the field like 40 meters, got pulled down just for the try line. Reached over for the try. Really well done. 7 points to 7. 11 minutes into the game, there was some nice Reds play. Uru did a little loop ball around the sideline, and then just linked up with Murray. Run down the sideline for the try. 14 points to 7. 16 minutes into the game, there was a line out for the Western Force. The Moore Tazano just guided the ball at the back of the Moore, went in for the try. 14 points to piece. 24 minutes into the game, Michael Liner. Sorry, I keep calling him Michael Liner. Tom Liner. Tom Liner picks the ball up, and then there was a bit of a loose ball. He scooped it up. Saw a bit of it was overthrow line out. He's picked up the loose ball. He saw a little gap, got himself through. As he's getting tackled, a little flick pass to Kalani Thomas. Thomas ran through. He could have scored this one himself, and he saw, I think this guy was debuting. Parker Hall passed the ball to him, and then put the ball down the number 12, getting a beautiful try in Suncorp. This is just a freebie gifted from Kalani Thomas, because he could have easily scored that himself. 21 points to 14. 31 minutes into the game, there was a yellow card to Alex Hodgman after repeated penalties against the Reds. He tackled a lifter from a line-out. So there was another 5-minute line-out for Western Force, going for the Moore, and Tazano went in for the try from the Moore. 21 points apiece at halftime. Second half, Hodgman came off the field looking fired after the scrum, getting a scrum penalty for the Reds. Robertson was under pressure a lot. He went down on his knee a few times, didn't quite get penalized. 57 minutes again, the game was starting to kind of grinding out to a hold. There was a penalty of the Western Force. They kicked 3, and I was like, ooh, 21 points to 27. 67 minutes of the game, there was a lift tackle from the Reds, number 7, I think it was. John Bryant, and he gets sent off for a is it this guy or was it Bryle? But anyway, one of the Reds players got sent off for a yellow card for a lifting tackle, a pass the horizontal, and then with a play in the bin, this is looking pretty dire, and Western Force is leading. With the Reds still, had a penalty, probably could have kicked for 3 with the yellow card. You could wait for the player to come back the last minute to milk a penalty and win, right? No. The Reds, despite a play in the bin, backed themselves the line out. They went for the maul. It was just a little bit short, and Pate McDermott got the ball from the back of the maul and crashed over himself for the try. 28 points to 24. Guts, blood, sweat, and tears, and rain was the efforts that was put out there tonight from the Reds. Really happy Western Force as well. Really outstanding performance all around. Clinical all around, I think, from the Western Force. Ben O'Keefe, don't want to talk about him. This one is not about him tonight. And yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week for the news. Cheers.